Good evening, City Council. This is Special Districts Manager Anthony Miller with the City of Oxnard Public Works Department, presenting adoption of resolution confirming diagrams and assessments for fiscal year 2025-26 in connection with the city's landscape maintenance districts. Recommendation: that the City Council, acting as the legislative body for the city's landscape maintenance districts, or LMDs, 1. Hold a public hearing to receive public testimony regarding the proposed fiscal year 2025-26 assessments in the city's LMDs. And 2. Adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Oxnard, California, confirming diagrams and assessments for fiscal year 2025-26 in connection with the city's landscape maintenance districts. 3. Approve a one-time fund balance contribution from the general fund to LMD 49 in the amount of $54,802 as outlined in the staff report. And 4. Approve a distribution of LMD 54 reserve fund balance in the amount of $31,386 to the equivalent benefit units in LMD 54 as outlined in the staff report. This is a map of special districts in the city of Oxnard. Background: the Special Districts Division of the Public Works Department manages 50 assessment districts, which includes 36 LMDs. The city has allowed property owners or developers to use special financing districts such as LMDs to fund the annual cost of maintaining certain public improvements that benefit the properties within the district. Typically, the developer installed the public improvements at the time of development, and benefiting property owners pay for the cost of maintaining the improvements, such as a special benefit, through a special assessment included on the property's annual property tax bill. Proceeds of the assessments levied in each LMD fund the special benefit portion of the cost of maintaining and operating the improvements in that LMD. Assessments are levied annually and collected on the property tax roll. Therefore, each year, per the Landscape and Lighting Act of 1972, Streets and Highways Code Section 22500, the City Council must conduct proceedings to levy the real property assessments. Revenue received from the assessments partially funds the ongoing maintenance of public improvements provided by each district, and in some cases is collected for future work that is conducted on a less than annual basis. In order to levy assessments in connection with the LMDs each year, the City Council must adopt a number of resolutions that, among other things, approve an engineer's report describing the levy for the year and call a public hearing on the assessment. Then the Council must hold the public hearing. Following the hearing, the City Council approves a resolution that confirms the assessment and causes the assessment to be levied and collected on the property tax roll. The City Council cannot set a rate for the assessment in an LMD above the maximum rate approved for the property owners, as adjusted by a property owner approved inflation adjustment formula. Discussion. On June 3, 2025, the City Council adopted resolutions to initiate the annual proceedings for the fiscal year 2025-26 real property assessment levy and approve the report. The report includes a description of the improvements within each district, the proposed service levels, the estimated annual expenses for each district, funding to be collected for improvement projects in each district, the method of assessment apportionment for each lot or parcel within each district boundaries, and diagrams showing the parcels within each district. The proposed assessment rates were calculated after a careful and thorough analysis of each district's current financial status. The report also separates and apportions the cost of general benefit, as defined in the report, other costs funded by a non-assessment fund, such as the general fund, and the cost of special benefit to the benefiting properties, which is funded by the applied assessment rate. The actual services provided to each district varies from district to district and are based upon the property owner approved services and funding. The applied assessment rate is the amount needed to fully fund the services of each district and is the amount actually levied on the property tax roll. The applied assessment cannot exceed the maximum assessment rate that was approved by the property owners through prior proceedings for each district. After completing an individual analysis of each district's current level of service, anticipated estimated expenditures, fund balance, assigned reserve levels, and future work that is conducted on a less than annual basis, it is recommended to set the applied rates as set forth in the report. Parcel-specific detail of the proposed maximum and applied assessment is included in the report as attached, is available from the City Clerk's office, and is accessible from the city's website. The general fund is proposed to cover additional costs, including a one-time contribution to LMD 49, which is outlined in the fiscal impact section of this report. The fiscal year 2025-26 proposed operating budget includes funds necessary to cover these costs. Additionally, LMD 54 is projected to have too high of a fund balance than allowed, and subsequently will be providing refunds to property owners within the district. The specific amount is outlined in the fiscal impact section of this report. The deadline for delivering the assessment information to the Ventura County Collector's Office is July 7th, 2025. Financial impact. For fiscal year 2025-26, the proposed assessment calculations are as follows. Real property assessments of $1,766,715, rounded. Interest income of $116,451, rounded. A general benefit contribution from the city's general fund in the amount of $239,600, rounded. A subsidy from the general fund for utility overages in the amount of $101,418, rounded. A one-time fund balance contribution to LMD 49 in the amount of $54,802 from the general fund, rounded. A one-time refund to LMD 54 property owners in the amount of $31,386, rounded. For information specific to individual districts, please refer to the Consolidated Engineers Report. Questions?